It's still just raining, and I thought it was the perfect time to show you my lupins, which are just coming into bloom now because they are what's known as hydrophobic, which means they repel water. So as you can see with their leaves, they have this beautiful effect. They sort of make the water bead up like little pearls, and then it just rolls off the leaves. We just tap the leaf. The water can actually, well, it does tend to roll off, but it looks so beautiful. Like sort of like water off a duck's back also. Really funny. But they are amazing plants to have in the garden. They are what's known as nitrogen fixers. So they store nitrogen in rhizomes in the roots. They actually get the nitrogen out of the atmosphere and store it there. And so when you chop them down to ground level after they finish flowering, then all the nitrogen that's stored in those rhizomes become available to the soil. So it's really great to plant them sort of alongside hungry plants like maybe cucumbers, spinach, that kind of thing. And of course they're so beautiful. I love them as cut flowers, and just to have them in this little area. I haven't been very good at growing them in my area. I've got quite clay soil and they like well draining soil. So I think it could be just, it's too heavy for them. But I've got this one here growing in this pot. I sowed it 2 years ago by seed, and then kept it in a pot the first year, overwintered it in a little pot as well, and then when the spring came last year I planted it out and protected it from slugs and snails, because slugs and snails and woodlice tend to get to them. So I put it in like one of those little handmade homemade cloches made out of a sort of a plastic water bottle, and that protected it, and it grew really well inside there. And when I finally took the cloche off, then the plant was strong enough and sturdy enough to not be eaten, and so it flowered last year. And then this year I haven't actually needed to protect it. I don't know why. I've had quite a dry spring, and so it's done absolutely fine, and it's now in flower, which is so lovely. It's just coming into flower, so it's really new growth here. Looks really lush and beautiful. So they're just really wonderful plants to have. I think I'm gonna have to keep on sowing them quite frequently, because to have them elsewhere in my garden, they just tend to die down after the first year or so. But definitely really, really lovely addition to the flower garden, and even to the vegetable patch too, as it can do that amazing nitrogen fixing thing, just sort of really help condition the soil and strengthen it. So there they are, the beautiful lupins.